As the moon hung low in the sky, casting eerie shadows across the deserted streets, Sarah reluctantly prepared herself for another night shift at the old, decrepit hospital. Known for its dark history and rumored hauntings, it was a place where the living dared not tread after sunset. As Sarah settled into her duties, the atmosphere seemed unusually tense. The usual hum of activity was replaced by an unsettling silence, broken only by the occasional creak of the aging building. Ignoring the growing sense of unease, Sarah focused on her tasks, determined to make it through the night unscathed. However, as the hours dragged on, strange occurrences began to unsettle her. Shadows danced in the corners of her vision, whispers echoed through the empty halls, and a chilling breeze seemed to follow her every step. Brushing off her fears as mere paranoia, Sarah pressed on, hoping for the first light of dawn to break the oppressive darkness. It was during the witching hour when things took a sinister turn. While making her rounds, Sarah heard a blood-curdling scream pierce the silence, echoing through the corridors like a haunting melody. Racing towards the source, she found herself in the hospital's abandoned wing, a place long forgotten by time. There, standing before her, was a figure cloaked in darkness, its eyes gleaming with a malevolent light. Frozen in terror, Sarah watched as the figure beckoned her closer, its voice a haunting whisper that sent shivers down her spine. Unable to resist, she stepped forward, drawn towards the unknown. As she drew closer, the figure revealed itself to be a spectral apparition, trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. It spoke of untold horrors, of souls lost to the darkness that lurked within the hospital's walls. With each word, Sarah felt a chill grip her heart, her very essence threatened by the darkness that surrounded her. Desperate to escape, Sarah fled into the depths of the hospital, pursued by the whispers of the damned. Lost in the labyrinthine corridors, she stumbled upon the forgotten archives, a repository of the hospital's darkest secrets. Amongst the dusty tomes and crumbling parchment, Sarah uncovered the truth behind the hospital's haunted past. Long ago, the hospital had been a place of healing, a sanctuary for the sick and injured. But as darkness crept into its halls, so too did unspeakable acts of cruelty and depravity. Patients disappeared without a trace, their screams silenced by the shadows that lurked in the night. Driven by madness, the hospital staff delved into forbidden rituals, seeking to harness the power of the unknown. Their experiments unleashed a darkness that consumed them whole, trapping their souls within the confines of the hospital's walls for all eternity. Realizing the true extent of the horror that surrounded her, Sarah knew that she had to escape before it was too late. With every ounce of strength she could muster, she fought against the encroaching darkness, racing towards the faint glimmer of dawn on the horizon. As the first rays of sunlight broke through the darkness, Sarah emerged from the hospital, her body battered and bruised, but her spirit unbroken. Though she had escaped the clutches of the hospital's haunted halls, she knew that the nightmares would haunt her for the rest of her days. For in the heart of darkness, there are whispers that never truly fade away, lingering in the shadows, waiting to ensnare the unwary in their sinister embrace. And as long as the old hospital stands, its secrets will remain buried, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to uncover the truth behind the whispering shadows. In the dead of night, amidst the howling winds and the ominous creaking of trees, Adam found himself at the gates of Oakwood Cemetery, ready to begin his first graveyard shift as a caretaker. The air was thick with an otherworldly chill, and the moon cast an eerie glow over the rows of weathered tombstones. As Adam patrolled the grounds, his footsteps echoing through the silence, he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The shadows seemed to dance with a life of their own, and the darkness held secrets that sent shivers down his spine. But he pushed aside his fears, determined to prove himself in his new role. As the hours passed, Adam's unease only grew. Strange noises echoed through the night, and he could swear he saw figures moving amongst the gravestones, their eyes gleaming in the darkness. But whenever he approached, they vanished without a trace, leaving him to question his sanity. It was when the clock struck midnight that the true terror began. A thick fog rolled in from the surrounding woods, engulfing the cemetery in an icy embrace. From the depths of the mist, a ghostly figure emerged, its form twisted and contorted with an otherworldly presence. Frozen in fear, Adam watched as the figure approached, its eyes burning with the hunger that chilled him to the bone. With a voice like the whisper of the wind, it spoke of ancient curses and forgotten sins, its words carrying the weight of centuries. As the figure drew closer, Adam felt a primal urge to flee, to escape the grasp of the darkness that threatened to consume him whole. But no matter how fast he ran, the specter was always one step behind, its presence a constant reminder of the horrors that lurked within the shadows. Desperate for salvation, Adam sought refuge in the old caretaker's shack, hoping to find solace within its crumbling walls. But as he barred the door behind him, he realized too late that he had trapped himself in a prison of his own making. For within the darkness of the shack, something sinister lurked, its presence growing stronger with each passing moment. And as Adam huddled in the corner, his mind consumed by fear, he knew that he was not alone. As the first light of dawn broke through the darkness, Adam emerged from the shack, his body trembling with exhaustion and terror. The events of the night had left their mark upon him, a scar that would never truly heal. But as he looked out over the cemetery, he knew that he had survived the night, that he had faced the horrors that lurked within the shadows and emerged victorious. And though the memory of that fateful night would haunt him for the rest of his days, he would always carry with him the knowledge that he had braved the graveyard shift and lived to tell the tale. In the heart of the mist-shrouded woods stood Hollow Grove Manor, a grand estate steeped in history and tragedy. It was said that the spirits of the past roamed its halls, their restless souls tethered to the earth by unfinished business and unfulfilled desires. When Emily, a young historian with a fascination for the supernatural, was offered the opportunity to spend a night alone in the manor, she jumped at the chance. Armed with her camera and a thirst for adventure, she entered the ancient halls, eager to uncover the truth behind the whispers of the haunted estate. As darkness fell and the moon cast its pale light upon the manor, Emily began her investigation. Armed with a flashlight and her wits, she explored the labyrinthine corridors, searching for any sign of paranormal activity. But as the hours passed, Emily's excitement turned to unease. Strange noises echoed through the empty halls, and she could swear she felt a cold breath upon her neck, as if someone, or something, was watching her every move. Determined to uncover the truth, Emily delved deeper into the mysteries of Hollow Grove Manor. She ventured into the forgotten corners of the estate, where shadows danced and whispers echoed through the darkness. It was in the depths of the manor's crumbling basement that Emily made a chilling discovery. Hidden amongst the cobwebs and decay lay a forgotten chamber, its walls adorned with arcane symbols and forbidden rituals. As Emily studied the ancient texts, she felt a presence stir in the darkness, a malevolent force that hungered for her soul. With a sinking feeling in her heart, she realized that she had stumbled upon something far more sinister than she had ever imagined. With every step she took, Emily could feel the darkness closing in around her, its icy fingers reaching out to claim her as its own. But she refused to give in to fear, drawing upon her courage and determination to face the horrors that lurked within the shadows. As the first light of dawn broke through the darkness, Emily emerged from Hollow Grove Manor, her body battered and bruised, but her spirit unbroken. Though the events of the night would haunt her for the rest of her days, she knew that she had faced the darkness and emerged victorious. For in the heart of Hollow Grove Manor, amidst the whispers of the past, Emily had uncovered the truth behind its haunting. And though the spirits may linger in the shadows, she would always carry with her the knowledge that she had dared to confront the unknown and live to tell the tale.